Welcome to the Crimeycade podcast. And why is this? Wow, that was interesting. Supposed to go full screen. It didn't go full screen. Anyway, welcome to the Crimeycade podcast. I'm the Mad Conservative Crime Fighter. Doing a Friday night stream tonight. And usually I would be going on a Thursday. But I had to make some accommodations. And, I've done before for other folks who may not be available on Thursday night, can only go on a different night of the week, or maybe a Sunday afternoon. So this was one of those episodes where, I needed to go a different night of the week. And so here we are, Friday night stream. And we'll see how this one goes. See how the audience is, because I know a number of people are streaming tonight. Some of the people that I follow are streaming tonight. So I'm kind of hoping we get rated by a few of those folks that are streaming tonight that I follow that may tune in on my pod once in a while. So anyway, couple things I want to get to, and welcome Gut Hammer, welcome friends, and Dependence Man, double stream night. Let's go. And here, let's get on with it. Last week, and here we go. Second. Have to click on the right things to get things moving. Anyway, and let's pull this up. Here we go. Last week on the Crimeycade podcast, we had the Bloody Wars Roundtable, and we had a full contingent of guests on the program that came in and out at various times during the night. The goal was to max out on the screen all at the same time. I have a limit of 10 on screen at once. That was achieved. And one thing, let's see if I can remember everybody's name. Stupendous Man in the chat. That would be Claudio. King Cam Blackman, Brandon Travis, Norbert Vale, Matthew Nasha, Jose, Tracy, who else? Dan Perez, Damian Cordova. Who else? There's so many names. I can't remember. God. I may not be remember them all. Holy cow. Did I write their names down? No. Yes, Josh Pitts even made an appearance. Catherine Bosey also made an appearance. Jeez. So we had about 11, 12 people come in during the show, and I want to thank everybody who popped in and out during the course of the night. It was quite a Donnybrook. We had memes, and we had disappearing acts and roasts, and it was a lot of fun to have that many people on screen and covering Bloody Wars. Well, so I have a Facebook page, facebook.com/Crimeycade. So right now, more people are watching me on Facebook than Twitch. So if you're watching me on Facebook, thank you. I've noticed that I've gotten about 300 views per episode in the last couple of weeks, and that's awesome. It's 10 times more than 5 to 10 times more than I've gotten on Twitch of late. Gutty is much easier. Thank you. Anyway, got a good number of views on Facebook, and thank you for tuning in. Maybe get some more chats from the Facebook side of things in the future, but Twitch, yeah. I have those special emotes, those custom emotes that I like using. And when we have our guest in, we'll talk about Twitch versus Kick versus Rumble versus YouTube. There's a lot of streaming services of late. There's competitors to the big names. Twitch certainly is been having their problems lately, and they're having their little controversies. So, but if I were to jump from Twitch to Kick, the question is, would I be able to get an audience on Kick when all the people I know is on Twitch? I don't know anybody on the Kick platform, but we'll see. We talk with our guest in a bit. Gamers Wanted. So I have a bit of an issue. I don't have a guest lined up next week right now, and I've had a few people. I've asked a few people if they want to do my podcast, and no one's committed. I had somebody recommend me somebody. They didn't respond. They're posting on Facebook, but they didn't respond to my message. So if you work in gaming, you're a turning competitor, you create content, you have some notoriety, maybe you're a gaming fanatic, let's talk. I'd like to talk to you. I'd like to give exposure to people who are not getting the exposure that they need to be getting. So if you are wanting to appear on a podcast, no one else has asked you to appear on a podcast before, or you're not getting the attention you think you deserve, holler at me. Take a look at your resume, what you do in the gaming scene. Maybe we can do a snappy little presentation, get your name out there, get the exposure you need. Because I've got some street cred as a gamer. Titles to my credit: Nintendo Championship, Galvin Ghost Gamer of the Year. I mean, I got some notoriety. Few friends that went to Kick. Yep. Oh, really? Blackballed via his contract. Okay. That's something I have to look. This is for fun. I'm not doing this to make money. The other people are on streams to make money and or stream several hours a day, like Carl DeLinden, Forced to Wires. He's streaming several hours a day, like, I don't know, 6 to 12 hours. It's like, I can't do that. I have a full-time job that pays the bills. I don't need to stream 6 to 12 hours a day. I'm fine doing a stream once a week, maybe twice. About 1 to 3 hours. I don't need to go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours a day. That's because, I'm sitting in a chair that long, and it's like, I need to get up and move around. Anyway, so earlier this week, and this conference just wrapped up, the esports research conference worldwide, ERNC 25, that just wrapped up. It's been going on the last 3 days, and they're covering, this was 72 hours. There's a presentation going on somewhere in the world over the course of 3 days. North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Australia. All that was covered. Maybe one from Africa, I don't know. But they're covering all aspects of esports. There's a ton of different topics. You can go on their Twitch channel, Esports Research Network, to check out some of the streams that they did. That's all of it's there. They're going to repost, divide up everything, and repost it on YouTube. But I point this out because I played a part in one of these presentations. Matt Knudsen of University of North Dakota gave a presentation, and which I contributed to. So they wanted to talk about the early gaming competitions. MSU's, yep. Michigan State. They talked about, yes, the early Sega and Nintendo competitions that pretty much predated modern esports. So I posted a link on my Facebook page, the Twitch stream that had my involvement in, time stamped. So go back and check that out. I'm going to have to go back and watch, kind of go through the presentations. Some of it's interesting, some of it's, I know the gaming commentary channels might focus on a couple of them because of the subject matter. It might be a little controversial, but we'll see if that happens or not. But go check it out. Let's see what else. Okay, this JP Pitts. So yeah, we roasted him quite a bit last week, but latest update is he has scheduled a Christmas stream. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know what it is, but it was noticed by a few people. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm heading up to Calvin Ghost Arcade this weekend, and we'll see if we'll see if JP Pitts is the hype man or if he's going to be the flight man again. But doggone it, he is such a Patriots mark. The Patriots are the most overrated team in the NFL because they have the easiest freaking schedule. It's ridiculous. They have so many teams. They're playing so many teams with a losing record. They only got one or two left with a winning record that could give them trouble. So they may have an easy path to the playoffs. I don't know if they're going to go very far in the playoffs when they actually have to play a team that's going to give them a rougher time. But this ain't the Patriots of old, led by Tom Brady. That's for sure. Anyway, couple of things that I have to mention before I bring my guest in that kind of grind my gears a little bit. Oh boy, earlier this week I had an issue with my computer, and it's a good thing that I figured out what was wrong with it before the stream happened. I have no idea. Yeah, I would be able to tell you. That's a question for somebody else, not this pod. So, I've been having a problem with Firefox. Browser tabs were crashing left and right, and I did not know why. And I thought, Firefox put out a really bad update. Let's see again. Let me fix this here. Firefox must have pushed out a very bad update. So I proceeded to do some updates, Windows updates of my own, to try to catch up and maybe update Firefox, update Chrome, see if that licked the problem. No, it did not. It got so bad that it finally took down Windows 11 entirely. I had the so-called black screen of death, which replaced the blue screen of death. So I had to run memory diagnostics, and it errored right away. And I was like, crap. So, what was wrong with my computer? Was there a hardware problem? Well, turns out one of the original memory sticks in my computer, I guess, went bad, because once I pulled these out, ran the memory diagnostic again, it passed. Yeah. So I'm glad that got through. So I'm back in business, but I only have 32 gig of RAM in my computer instead of 48. So, couple other things that grind my gears lately. This happened today. Griped. So let me read what I posted on my Facebook profile because I want to have it exact. Just because you open the door and I go through it, that is, you open the door and it's unsolicited to open the door. Request you open the door and as if you were doing it for me or something. It does not mean you're entitled to me speaking to you every single time. But then when you raise your voice at me because I didn't speak to you, I may just start opening the other door instead and just not acknowledge you opened the door. Because, it's getting ridiculous. I may but I'm not rude, but good grief. That doesn't give you license to be rude to me back or rude to me because, I had somebody yell loudly, "You're welcome!" after I went through a door that he opened. Like, chill, damn it. Oh, I've had this happen more and more lately, and I'm getting a little irritated with it. It's like usually I just wave to them instead of saying something. But apparently this isn't enough either. They want me to speak to them. I'm sorry, I don't want to speak to you. It's not because I'm being rude. It's because I'm not going to do it for every person, every single person. Anyway, you act like you're a king. You're not a king. You're not royalty. Neither am I. The other bugaboo, and I'm going to get through this quick. This is the last bugaboo I got to bring up. I'm really tired of this approved sources nonsense. There are sources I want to use that you may not like. Because there's certainly sources you use that I definitely don't like and don't hold much credibility or don't hold them in high regard. In fact, I don't think your sources are credible. And you say, "Oh, my source is not credible because they tilt the wrong way." Why do I bring this up? It's like I'm getting tired of this approved sources nonsense because their approved sources have gotten in trouble multiple times for selective editing, deceptive editing, misleading headlines. Yeah, deceptive editing. The British Broadcast Service is about to get sued because they deceptively edited a speech to make it say something that it actually did. And then someone's burning up the phone lines. Someone's complaining about what was said on a podcast that it's plain obvious to me that was misrepresented, but they just snipped out 50 seconds out of an hour, 40-minute podcast and said, "Oh, she said this, and this is what she meant. She's lessening the severity of the crime," which is nonsense. Because in context, it doesn't. I don't get that impression at all. But if you just snip out this 150-second clip and play that and ignore everything coming before and after that, then yes, you're going to get. That's when somebody weaves a narrative that has no basis in reality. That can also get you sued for smear, slander, or defamation. And, they've tried this with this one podcaster before, and the company that laid her off ended up having to pay her tens of millions of dollars. So you poke the bear too many times and do the FAFO. I mean, you're going to do the FA. You're going to do the FA. You're going to get the FO. These degum influencers are going to get some FO fairly soon, I imagine. All right, we're 20 minutes into the episode. I'm not going to keep him waiting because, I can talk about me all night, but I chose not to do a Let's Chat episode. I thought about doing a Let's Chat episode last Monday, but I got too busy. I didn't feel prepared to do one, so I just canceled it. Because I already have our guest here tonight, and he represents Florida Rampage Gaming. I don't know if that is an esport. I believe that is an esports team. It has multiple members, and the founder of that team is one Jay Pinkman. Welcome to the podcast.
How's everybody doing? What's going on, everybody?
So
I got to make sure my hat's on straight. I got to make sure it's pretty because I feel naked without it. I didn't have it on earlier when we were talking. I just felt naked.
I feel like I need to wear a hat or bandana because of thinning hair up here. It's more noticeable because that light up there makes it show up a lot more. But, I'm a little too warm, I guess. I got the headphones, so it's kind of partially covering it up. But, the struggle is real. Anyway. You stream. Okay, so tell me about you. Give me the quick 411 about yourself.
I'm Jay Pinkman. I'm out of Winter Haven, Florida. I am a multi-variety streamer. I play Call of Duty, Fortnite, Minecraft, just first-person shooters, a little bit of everything, basically.
First person. So your primary focus is first-person shooters.
Yes.
Why first-person shooters? Or why is that your favorite genre?
Growing up, I played a lot of N64, GoldenEye, Mario, Donkey Kong, the original games, and I fell in love with it. Then a few years later, I found Call of Duty and haven't really put the game down.
So what was it about Call of Duty that hooked you? The I assume death matches.
Death matches, the way people played as a team, or they don't do that anymore. But the way they used to play as a team, and you go in with a plan, you win, basically.
To confess, I've never gotten into Call of Duty. I'm kind of more of a Nintendo and Sega player, but the first person shooters that I gravitated to started with Wolfenstein 3D, Doom, and Quake. There's some others in the mix put out by Apogee or 3D Realms over the years, but when you talk first-person shooters, those are probably the top three that come to mind. You've played, I assume you've played those, and what are your thoughts about them?
A little bit of Doom, that I can remember. Wasn't it on the N64 as well at one point? Or am I thinking of
It was.
another one that was on the Okay, that's what I thought. At one point, it was like one of the original N64 games at one point. That I can remember it was good. The motion was weird because it's early 90s, 2000s
Yeah.
when N64 came out, somewhere in there. Um,
It was
so
definitely a 90s game.
yeah, to where stuff is now, it's crazy to think went from this to this and how much it's changed over the years with style, context, everything. It's crazy.
And Doom and Wolfenstein franchises are still going. There's still new games coming out, or being released as sequels.
I've never heard of Wolfenstein. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Wolfenstein's been a series. I mean, it goes all the way back. The original, the first in the series was known as Castle Wolfenstein, which was not 3D. It was it was originally released for the Apple II. Kind of a dungeon crawler of sorts. You're trying to escape the Nazi dungeon because you're a light soldier. The first real popular first-person shooter, or at least the game that got the genre jump-started, was Wolfenstein 3D back in 1991. Oh, he's not a Wolfenstein fan. Not a Wolfenstein fan. Well, later version. I mean, the original Wolfenstein 3D. There wasn't. Everything was just kind of on a flat plane. You had your map. You didn't have like elevations of the level. That is a higher platform, a lower platform, or lava, or green slime. That is toxic waste. And then just kind of 360-degree shooting. This up, down, left, right. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Wolfenstein enemy territory. Yep. Gosh, I lost my thought. But anyway, Wolfenstein 3D, played it in college on the college PCs. That was kind of one of the big key shareware titles back then. And then other games followed, like Blake Stone, and then Heretic, and Hexen. Then, gosh, what other games? There's tons of different first-person shooters came out over the years. There's even an arcade first-person shooter called War, released by Atari Games. Goblin Ghost has that. Sooner or later, Call of Duty did get conceived and released. And now today, there's those first-person shooters, those war shooters, seem to be a cornerstone of esports of late. And you're right in the thick of it.
I mean, there's esports teams, there's Call of Duty leagues, Fortnite leagues, Apex Legends. The biggest one's probably not Call of Duty, it's probably PUBG. PUBG's been around for a very, very, very long time.
Player
And
unknown on Battlegrounds is what it's
yeah.
Yeah, I've watched a few streams of that, yes.
But that's what Call of Duty is today, is growing. The new one recently just came out last night. Black Ops 7. So they're making games still. I don't know. I have to look it up, see how many games this is. Because you got different franchises too. Well, not franchises, but like Cold War was one.
Mm-hmm.
Black Ops 7, NW3. There's 1, 2, and 3. few years ago they remaked it 1, 2, and 3. Then I mean it's been around forever, and I fell in love with it.
And originally, they based the Call of Duty franchises around the World War One, World War Two, but now the recent titles are
It's
kind of built around fictional wars or
yeah,
future wars that
more
may or may not
yeah.
happen.
It's more futuristic. This new game is new futuristic, kind of, in a
Yeah.
way.
There's been a kind of criticism with the Call of Duty that you're kind of forced to stay in bounds, and if you walk out of bounds, you get some sort of siren saying, and you're being told, get back into bounds, which I don't think it wouldn't have gone over. Actually, I remember a parody video where they added that feature to the original Doom, where somebody walked out of bounds and then you started getting prompts on the screen. Hey, you're out of bounds. Get back over there. Blah 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 blah. It's like
That's
is
to
that
be honest,
annoyance?
it is, but it doesn't happen in all maps. It depends on the map.
Yeah.
There's a smaller map, medium map, then there's like a big map. Warzone is a good instance. It's a huge map, huge, and there is spaces that you can't go out of. You can go out of bounds, but it's gonna say, "Hey, hey, hey, you can't do that. Come back in bounds. If you don't, you're gonna die." But I think it keeps people from trying to run off the map and go do stupid stuff under the map, or like do crazy things off the side of the map.
Sniper rifle.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen people try to go off the map and like go under the map, and it's crazy.
Try to
The
enter the
thing,
back rooms.
yeah,
Try to enter the back rooms.
basically that's what they're trying to do, but it hasn't happened recently. But Call of Duty is definitely getting better about, hey, we set this map in play. As long as you don't go off this map, you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it is what it is. I've seen people try to do crazy crap, but failed.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, they've gotten good about it. So,
Now, the influence of first-person shooters did rub off on some other franchises. You mentioned Mario 64, although it's kind of like behind the back, so it'd be a kind of a
yeah.
third person. Um, recent Resident Evil games, first-person shooter. What else? Metroid Prime series, first-person shooter. Is there other franchises, other games that I
GoldenEye?
saw that?
Wouldn't GoldenEye be a first
Yes,
person shooter?
yes, it
Okay.
would.
That's what I thought.
I mean, well, GoldenEye and Perfect Dark, yes, would be. I think we're always a first-person shooter or conceived as them, but
I missed
Metroid
that game.
was a platformer. Resident Evil originally started as like you're entering rooms and there's like a fixed camera. Starting with Resident Evil 4, they made it behind the back, and every game since then, apart from 7 and 8, was behind the back. 7 and 8 ended up being first person shooter, and which has its own. They're being horror games, obviously. Kind of made things a little more scarier because, you're looking at your screen and then you're grabbed by something and molested, beaten up, or sliced up by an.
Yeah. It's especially the horror games. Horror games have gone a long way from what they used to be to now. Now it's more graphic, and if somebody just accidentally pops up behind you and you don't hear them, they grab your arm, you're you're gonna have an
You're gonna take
accident.
him out. Yes. So you say your Call of Duty is your favorite game, but what was the game that got you playing video games to begin with?
It had to be in 64. It had to be Mario or 007 or Donkey Kong 64. Those three games basically pushed me, hey, I like video games. Let's try to play these more. I never thought of, hey, one day you might make a career of this.
I
Turns out,
had that idea. I had that harebrained
hey,
idea to become a Nintendo game counselor, but that wasn't going to happen. I'd have to move to Washington State.
but those are the games I fell in love with, and I still actually have an N64 and Mario 64. I don't play it a lot anymore. I
Mm.
should get back into it, but yeah.
I People are collecting those games, and I
Oh
did
my.
not own the. I skipped the 64. I basically jumped from I went to GameCube. Was the next console. I skipped over the N64 and got a Wii, but the Wii was the last new console I got. The NES, I didn't get a Super NES because I won a Sega Genesis instead. So kind of divided things up. Although now I have a Retcon 3 where I can play the Super Nintendo games alongside the NES and the Genesis ones. Um,
Oh, the crazy thing is, if people see now how much those games are worth in good condition, they would lose their minds. I've
yeah,
seen Call of Duty, or not Call of Duty, GoldenEye go for $65 or up in good condition.
the shoot 'em
That's
ups.
basically,
Well, shoot 'em up games for the classic 8 and 16-bit systems are a few $100, maybe more.
yeah.
Fuchsia for the Genesis seems to be fetch a pretty penny every time because that's one of the
I
rarest. But
And to be honest, I looked all over every game shop around here. I cannot find. I guess it's rare to find now. Is the Donkey Kong 64 with
really,
Donkey Kong, his wife, his kids, Grandpa Donkey Kong, and I cannot find it because people look for those kind of games now because they want them in their collection. It's pretty cool that people still collect old video games like that, and they go for a bunch of money now.
kind of need to open the
Don't tell
door.
me he has one.
Who
Oh,
said?
I thought you had. I thought you had one. Like, don't
No,
tell me you
I
had
needed to
one
open the door.
right
I had
next
the
to
door shut
him.
to keep the cats out for a bit, but it's warm in here, and I don't have. I should open the windows because it's warm up here tonight. You're down in Florida, but today it got into the 70s in the middle of November, and it's gonna get that warm tomorrow. But then the temperature's gonna drop.
Oh, we've had 70s during the day, 30s and 40s at night. It's currently 61 now. So last few days. So it's now warming back up. hopefully it'll stay a little bit warmer, but there's supposed to be another cold front coming down our way, and it's not going to end good.
Oh, there
There's
was a
no heat in the
Canadian
studio.
blast of cold air that came down. Yes, that really changed the temperatures in the early part of this week. Kind of like, yes, I kind of reminded my one when I went down to Florida in your neck of the woods back in New Year's weekend, 1992. I always thought it was warm in Florida, even during the winter months. Boy, I was wrong. I took short sleeve shorts. I thought I was going to wear them in January. I did for one particular day, but
Yeah, no more.
I got
Nope.
cold the Saturday. I was overheated the Friday after landing in Orlando, Florida. But should have took 2 pairs of pants instead of 1.
Yeah, some winters will have warm winters down here, then some winters it'll be cold. It's really our weather down here is crazy. We'll get hurricanes, we'll get storms. It hasn't snowed in a long time, especially in my neck of woods, but at this point anything's possible with our weather.
I kind of saw a report that iguanas were dropping out of the trees because they were frozen.
Florida man. Yeah. Uh, we a few years ago we had it was so cold down here. Iguanas would get up on the trees and get stuck there and get cold and freeze. They're still alive, don't worry, but they would drop from the trees and hit people.
Oh my
At one
gosh.
point, it's like, it's really iguanas. Free pets. Come grab them.
Yeah, but they're wild iguanas, not pack iguanas. I don't know if I want a pet iguana, but I've got 2 cats in here, so that's enough for me anyway. God. Florida. So you're in the Orlando area. Gosh,
Between Tampa and Orlando.
yeah. Tell
Between
me
two
about the
theme parks.
gaming scene down there.
Um, in my part of Florida, there's not a lot. There's a few arcades. Orlando has a bunch of really cool arcades,
Mm-hmm.
but not like around my. We have one arcade, and that's about 10 miles from me. So I really don't have to go far. But yeah, there's not too much on my side of Florida. It's more up Tampa and Orlando areas that have
Okay.
more constant gaming.
Okay. Jeez. The ones you have in Florida and Arcade Monsters is a significant arcade. Well, it looks like there's 5 places in Florida. It's Ovidio, Lake Mary, International Drive, Lido Beach, and Melbourne in Florida.
But International Drive's only like 30 minutes away from me. It's in Kissimmee. Well,
And it's pretty
technically
big arcade too.
Kissimmee area by Old Town, yeah.
Um, yeah, I know some significant gamers are down in the Florida area. Probably the most famous or infamous, depending on your point of view of him, would be one Billy Mitchell.
I know
Not
that
familiar?
name, but I
You
really
don't know the name.
I've heard of him.
Um,
He's an arcade player. Infinite's
he's a
Pac-Man?
legendary arcade player. Yes. I don't know if you know the King of Kong documentary.
No, I was watching another 80s documentary. No. That's wrong. No.
Chasing Ghosts. There's been a few different documentaries over the years. Chasing Ghosts and King Kong are two of the most infamous or well-known ones. Yeah. Well, if you
In fact, I
haven't
haven't
seen it,
watched.
yeah, you should go
I'm gonna
and.
have to watch it.
Yep. Shoot, let me see. So what are some of the games you're playing now besides Call of Duty 7 or Black Ops 7? Is you just got your hands on it, or I assume you did,
Yeah,
because you were
I
talking
just
about
got
a
it
lot last
last.
night.
Yeah, we finally got our hands on it last night at midnight. Um, so I ended up streaming like 8 hours last night, which is our normal 5 to 8 hours. So usually normal streaming hours.
Hmm.
Um, but I've been playing Minecraft. If y'all haven't seen the movie, it's funny. Um, but I build stuff. I have my own ranch. I have wheat, cows, chickens, the basic stuff to get survival to get past. And I like building stuff. My cousins, who are probably going to end up seeing this video, this whole episode eventually,
Yeah.
they built a city in Minecraft, hotels, restaurants. I have my own store in their realm.
Hmm.
Like they build the most craziest things and they make it happen. And that's what I like about Minecraft. I play it to relax. If I'm having a hard day in the studio, like it is night, I'll go play Minecraft for a little bit. Or I find something to kind of get my head not crazy and losing my crap in the studio. I also play Delta Force. It's like kind of like call it it's a extract game. What else do I
Hmm.
have on here? Hogwarts Legacy. I fell in love with on day one when it came out because I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I
Mm.
actually have to go through my to see what I have. I have no clue. GTA, Madden games, the South Park games I fell in love with. Dead Island, Frogger, which is up your alley because Frogger was an original
Classic
arcade
arcade
game,
game.
was it
Yes.
not?
Yes. Classic.
Um, the wrestling games, I play a little bit of everything.
Ask him about Fortnite. He's 12. Tell him I asked.
Shut up, Gus. Gut is one of my mods. He's also an OG FLR or FLRG Army member. He's
Hmm.
been with me for a very long time. Yeah, Gut hates Fortnite with a passion. But yeah, this is little bit of games I play when I'm not streaming Call of Duty.
Now you play everything on the PC, or do you have a console? Any of the consoles, like the Xbox or the PS5 or the Switch?
I have a PS5. I went from 2 to 3 to 5 or 4 to 5. So I basically went up through the decades
Hmm.
playing console games.
Right.
Um, I used to have the N64. I used to have. You remember the original Xboxes? The the green
Yeah.
X. I used to also play the Matrix when the Matrix came on Xbox. Um,
Halo.
I wasn't. I played Halo. I wasn't really into it because it
Half
wasn't.
Life.
Heck,
Uh oh.
huh?
Half Life was another franchise that was on the system, but Halo, I think, was, I guess, the quote unquote
Eh,
mascot of the Xbox.
Yeah, early was it early? I I hate to, I keep saying not to show my age. I got gray hair.
I've got you beat in age by about 23 years. Don't worry about it. You're still in your freaking, what is it? Let me do the math here. You're still in your 30s. I wish I was still in my 30s. You're in your early 30s. Enjoy it while you
31.
can, because I'm in my 50s now. But I have not stopped gaming because I enjoy it. Anyway.
And that's what I keep telling anybody, like, what they ask you, why do I do this? Because it's something I enjoy to do.
Yeah.
I love to have fun, hang out with people, make content, even though it might be stupid jokes,
Yeah.
but it's something we love to do. I love to do.
Road Rash, I got you both fools. Oh, is he older than both of us?
Yeah, because he's an old man of the group.
How old is he? If he's got me
50.
beat, 54 is my number. Does he have me beat?
He's
There's
50,
like,
I think he's 50. So you only have him beat by 4 years.
well, okay. Well, he's under 50. I guess 50. I guess he's under 50. Is I guess what is he saying? Is what he's saying? Oh, he's 50 even. Okay, so I got
Yeah.
you beat, Gut Hammer. I will
He's
take.
our
I
old
will
man
say
of the
this
group.
though. When I turned 50, the best birthday present I ever got was winning the Galloping Ghost Gamer of the Year award. That was the best birthday present I've ever gotten. It was a week after my birthday, but close enough. And I'm proud of that achievement because, you know, a 50-year-old gamer still got gas in the tank, can still get it done. Glad he didn't bet on it.
That's
Yes. Doc Mack is almost the owner of the Galloping Ghost Arcade, is going to turn 50 sometime this year when his birthday comes around. A big 5-0. Yeah, we're going to have a party for him. Because.
but it's a little bit of everything. Something I enjoy doing.
And this is the other
Yeah.
star of the show back here. So I can. Oh, this is the other star of the show.
Oh my god.
She is 18 years old. Yeah, she is 18. The cat that usually crashes my stream would be Cody, and he's the ginger. This is Angel. So, she's still doing well despite her age, but there she goes. She took off.
I have a cat too. She's the head of our HR department. She's in charge of all complaints, and she does most of the complaining. But she's the head of our HR department.
Head of HR.
She keeps us in line.
I know for a fact that there's a cat that decides the record of the week at a record store. So, also a ginger. All right. Anyway, so Florida Rampage Gaming, that is a esports team, correct?
No.
No? Kind of
No.
sounds like one though.
Yeah, that was the idea because I wanted to still be able to do. I still want to play. I'm retired.
Yeah.
I'll say I'm retired. I don't
You're
play
retired as a
tournaments.
competitive gamer?
Yeah. I don't
You're
do
too young to
tournaments anymore.
retire because, you know.
I tell myself that every Call of Duty that comes out, and I'm probably going to be telling myself that when I get around to rank season, when rank starts on Black Ops 7. But
well,
yeah,
here's the thing. you don't have to play a first-person shooter to remain a competitive gamer. You can shift to a different genre.
Yeah.
I'm all about classic arcade games. Yes, I participate in T20 at Galvin Ghost every year. I don't know what 20 games they're going to pull out of the vault.
Uh-oh.
Whoops. Screen just blanked on me. It came back. Are we good?
You're good. Yeah, you're
Okay.
good.
I participate in this arcade tournament every year because, it's the only one that I know of. It's only once a year. It's the fastest. It's 21 hours spread
Oh,
over 3
I
days.
was going to ask you that. So they just pull random games. Y'all never know what games y'all are going to play. They just
Correct.
say, here, go at it.
Correct. They may pull games off the arcade floor. They may pull games out of the vault that have never been available for play for the patrons of the Goblin Ghost. I mean, one year they pulled out 21 new games. Last year, they pulled random games off the floor and had I think they did about 5 new games that weren't previously on the arcade floor. And then, because, we're running through, before the tournament starts, we're running through the arcade to see what's missing. And we find, oh, there's an open spot here. There's an open spot here. What was here before? And we think, okay, this game's in the tournament, maybe, or this game's in the tournament. But they generally want the element of surprise. That is, they want you to go in cold turkey, not familiar with the games, to truly measure
And play them.
your skill as a gamer, how fast you can pick it up, get that out box score. Because, if you are familiar with the game, you have an advantage. Very familiar with the game. I know
But,
go ahead.
oh, I was going to go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, the Pinball Expo tournament, the last one they had that Galvin Ghost did, I spent the 2 days before the tournament practicing the games they brought out to the expo and grinding on and trying to get as good as I could on all of them. I didn't know what games they were going to choose, so I played all of them and playing for high score. And then when the tournament actually happened, it did pay off. I got quite a bit ahead of my competitors and on each game that they chose, and I took home the title. The previous year, I could have taken home the belt if I'd known 2 pieces of particular tech on 2 particular games that I didn't know, and if I did know, I might have taken home the title. And I'm like kicking myself repeatedly over that. Agony and defeat.
But the name Florida Rampage Gaming is, I wanted to do something different from anybody else. I wanted a name that would stick out and show not just a little bit of Florida, but people would recognize.
Mm-hmm.
So FLRG is Florida Rampage Gaming.
Right.
And if I decided if I ever wanted to break out and do a team, I would.
Let me show this
Like
logo
that's
off.
possible. The J
This is the
Pinkman
logo.
actually funny story about that one. That was my first logo I went with when I first, well, not when I first started streaming, when I first started on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do something different. I went. I have a guy. You gotta understand. I have a guy for Fiverr for everything: logos, intros, overlays. I have a team for everything. And I went to my logo guy and I was like, "Hey, what's something you don't see every day that gives off the New Orleans kind of feel, but with a little spookiness with it?" And I was like, we were talking about it, I'm like, Voodoo Panda. You do not
That's what
see,
I was thinking. Voodoo Panda.
you do
It
not
was a
see
panda.
somebody with a panda that does voodoo. Who knew? And I was like, that's it. Go with it. I get the overlays and still to the day. I need to one of these days. I am going to bring back the original OG logo and overlays. One of these days, I'm gonna have to do the OG thing, and that's kind of we went from there because well, a little backstory is I was on Twitch for 7 or more years. I
Hmm.
did gaming, DJing. I did my own podcast. I did a bunch of different things on there. Wasn't really getting any traction. So I was like, okay, where can I go that not everybody going to, but it's getting traction. So I went to Kick. Then some stuff. I was on there for a few years. Then some stuff started happening, and I was like, I'm getting away from that. Then I went to another platform. Then some stuff happened there, and I was like, I'm not about that. Then I finally made it to Rumble. Rumble has been amazing to me since day one. Um, Rumble is different from any other place. Has a little bit of everything for everybody.
Right.
So when I moved over to Rumble, I was like, well, I already have my Florida Rampage Gaming. I'm already established as FLRG.
Hmm.
So I'll just take it to Rumble and run with it. And I've met a bunch of great people and hung out with a bunch of great people. Met a bunch of fantastic streamers. Um, but yeah, that's because I wanted my name to be something that no one else had. There are different places with like Florida Rampage, but they're not Florida Rampage Gaming.
Right.
And they have to have that logo to be my. If it's that logo or the J Pinkman logo, that's mine. That's
So who are the?
actually I'm writing that
I should
down.
ask you.
O
Who are the
G.
other members of Florida Rampage Gaming? Or I assume you have
That
other
would
members in the group.
be Gut Hammer. He's my right hand man, and my
Mhm.
left. My buddy Jeff and a couple others.
Do they
And
have logos?
usually no, they're not streamers. They just play games with us and help out where we need and stuff like that.
You know, you
Like
ought to make logos for all of them. Then you could have, the Florida Rampage logo in the middle and then all the member logos
yeah,
surrounding it.
actually, I just made Gut a logo, and he absolutely loved it. Um, I might have to talk to the other ones about making them a logo as well.
Because that
But
might be, if
they,
you ever get back involved in esports team play again, um,
yeah,
as a competition, you know, that's
yep,
those
NG.
logos present is quite the presentation.
Yeah. So they're not all from Florida. Gut is up here. He's in Michigan, but he is my right hand man.
Mm-hmm.
If they can't get a hold of me, they can always go to Gut. Gut will get a hold of me. Or if
Mm-hmm.
something goes wrong in Discord, they can get a hold of me. Or Gut or one of the guys.
Mm-hmm.
But we kind of could grade as a group. I didn't want when I came to Rumble. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to do it by myself. I wanted to get a team behind me, and I wanted to make a group like it's basically Florida Rampage Gaming is me. I
Mm-hmm.
am J Pinkman FLRG, but I have a team behind me that loves what they do, and yeah,
Now the Florida Rampage logo. So this looks like, I don't know if it's a cougar or a mountain lion. What kind of
it's a
animal is it?
lion.
Is a
It's a
mountain
panther.
lion or
Yeah, kind
panther?
of like a Florida panther. It's like a Florida
Oh,
panther.
panther. Okay,
Yeah,
kind of like
we
the
wanted to take.
hockey team, I think.
Yeah, kind of like that. We wanted something to kind of. We wanted. Well, it's not our official state animal, but what do people think when they see panther here, Florida? Gators, sharks, and Florida Panthers.
I think seagulls, because there's seagulls
Um.
everywhere. When I went down there, they're snatching food
Okay.
out of people's hands.
Okay, and seagulls and turtles. The list could go on and on and on. But I wanted something that was a little different. Like my panda, I wanted something that would stick out. Be like,
Right.
hey,
Oh, here we go. Um, so you play on a team, I guess casually. Call of
yeah.
Duty and other first-person shooters. Have you ever been one of those people on these compilation videos where somebody is throwing a temper tantrum and starts smashing up their keyboard, smashing their mouse, smashing their headset, putting a fist through the monitor? Have you ever done anything like that?
I broke a couple of controllers. Um, I'm not too proud to say it. I have broken a couple of controllers, but they're old controllers. Not recently. I'm trying to remind myself that I need to stay cool and not argue with people less intelligent than myself, especially on Call of Duty. Um, but not recently, but I have. I've broken controllers quite extensively. Like good controllers too.
Right. And those cost quite
I've
a bit.
had I've
Oh,
had these. These are my Astro A50s that just died on me this week. I've had these. They've been thrown and all over, up and down. And they just now, I've had these things for 5, 6 years.
mm-hmm.
And they've gone through war and back. Several Call of Duty games. But yeah, nothing too essential of damage.
Typically, when I throw a fit, I just stomp my foot if I'm standing up hard, or if there's a stool nearby, I just double slap the stool with my hands. Although some of the time, I hurt my wrist doing it. Like,
I can't do that. If I put my foot through the floor, I'm gonna break something. I have a few years, well, 6 or 7 years ago, I broke my ankle on both sides of my ankle in a car accident. So now, if I do anything crazy, my ankle's going to be like, nope, try again, stupid. Don't do it. Do
Well,
something
typically, I would
else.
stomp not a wood floor, but certainly a concrete floor. I'm wearing shoes, of course, because I just stomp one side. Anyway, I
Oh, it's
would
great.
like
I have
one of
my
those
own
rage gamers on my pod, but
Oh, my ankle, it's great. I know when it's going to get cold. I know when it's going to rain. I know when there's a hurricane coming. I feel a disturbance
yeah,
in my ankle. It's not a disturbance in the force, it's a disturbance in my ankle.
yeah. I've never quite figured out why an injury that's long since healed by several years, maybe decades, still gets sensation in it when there's a change in the weather.
Yep.
Although typically I cough like crazy when there is.
Oh, I'll feel it in my ankle, my back, my side, everything. We
Probably
just
why I see a
recently had the.
chiropractor.
I've went to physical therapy for my back. It helped for a while. Then it starts hurting again because it's not the hot weather that upsets it; it's the cold. And we
Well, yeah,
recently
you gotta
just sat down and
maintain. You gotta have regular
yeah,
adjustments. You can't just get one adjustment and then stop because your back's getting used. It will. You might sleep the wrong way one night, and then you discover your spine has a little bit of a curve on it, which has happened to me a few times. And it's like discovered, oh crap, my spine is not aligned. And it's like, ugh. There's a crook in the spine and it hurts to stand up. And it's like, I'm going to the chiropractor in a kind of an emergency situation to try to get it kind of back to where it needs to
yeah,
be.
and it doesn't help. I sit in this chair for hours on end either when I'm streaming, but I do get up and move around during breaks because I know I'm gonna have to.
I'm in a chair that really isn't that great, but I've been sitting in it because the gamer chair I have, which I'm gonna have to replace. The hydraulics, it's like when I tried it out initially, it was like, oh, I've got a leg rest. I've got a pillow. I can recline it. I can practically sleep in this thing. And then the hydraulics failed
Just
pretty
stop.
quick. And the cats dug their back claws, which if you get a gamer chair and you have cats, you better get fabric. Do not get vinyl. Absolutely do not get vinyl because vinyl will not hold up. It will crack or it'll can be gouged and then that thing starts splitting apart. And you need a fabric chair. Period.
I've had this one for a long time. Oh, y'all haven't seen my studio. Hold on. See if I
Let
can
me
find a good
this.
find
I'm
a
gonna give you full screen. There we go. I see all
that is
that.
my couch cam. That is pop figures, my Alexa stuff, a um a refrigerator. Then I have oh, why is it doing that?
I see that monster behind you. That
Oh,
big,
that's a
I don't know
couch
if it's a
cam.
cardboard cutout or what, or cardboard standee that you have.
Yeah. But this
Oh,
is
there's
my
the
main
overhead.
room. This is my bullpen. This is where I sit for hours on end. I have my gaming desk. My funny story you say about the chair because I've had this chair for so long that my recent wheels that were on this chair came off. So I was like,
Yeah.
what am I gonna do? So I was like, I do need to sit up a little bit higher. So my cousin built me a box, and I could put my chair in the middle of it. And I was like, what would be cooler? I think I'm gonna put LED lights around it.
Hmm.
They give it a cooler effect. But yeah, I have my monster logo here. I have another one behind me here. I got my
Right.
speakers on my left and right of me.
Mm-hmm.
My LED lights to the back wall. But when I was making this studio, the plan was I wanted it to fit me, nobody else, and
Mm.
I wanted it to be my own.
Mm-hmm.
And my cousin helped me with that. We painted the walls. We fixed the floor in here.
Mm-hmm.
Just got I need a room for a couch because I do have guests that come over and sit on the couch and watch me play on TV. Um, I wanted something that wasn't going to be hot,
Right.
like cost something that can, you know, I got an air conditioner I have to put on. That thing will freeze me out if I'm not careful. But there's no heat in the studio. So when that cold front came down, I was out here bundled up in 3 layers of friggin' blanket
In
out here
Florida,
screaming.
no less.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you in the
There's
basement
no
or are
heat in
you on
this.
the ground floor?
No, this is actually a shed out in the back.
You're outside.
Yeah,
You're in a disjoint building.
yes.
Okay. That's
So, but
interesting.
I do have another studio that's in my old bedroom in the house. But I only go out there when during the summer or go in there during the summer because it's when it gets super hot out here and that little air
Right.
conditioner doesn't keep up.
I will say this. Um, so I have this game room in here, but I also have an arcade room in my garage, which is disjointed and it has its own heating cooling unit. So sometimes it's cooler to go out into the garage than in the house,
In the
but
house.
of course it also depends on how much I crank up the AC. But yeah,
Yeah.
during the winter, I definitely have to heat that room up because you want to those arcade games need cannot be stored in sub-freezing weather. Certainly not sub-zero weather.
Mm-mm. Especially the older ones. If it's brittle, if it's got like cracking down the side, or if it's
Dry
not,
rot.
yeah, basically dry rotted. Because that's how a lot of these older video games get. Unfortunately, nobody wants to restore them, or they are just too old, and
Or too far gone.
yeah, and they end up at a dump somewhere or something, and that's how
Although
a lot of the
doggone
older
it,
video games. Yeah.
doggone it, people are after the old. People are trying to find those old games. They want
Oh
them.
my God. Right and left. I cannot believe a market that people there is now for the older video games.
Yeah.
Thousands and thousands of dollars worth of just if you have an old Mrs. Pac-Man
Oh,
machine.
those are usually higher in price because everybody wants one. I don't
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the arcade one-ups have reduced the OG cabinets at all.
Mm-mm. And if you find one in good condition, is rare. Rarer than a
Yeah, it's money in the
unicorn.
bank.
Rare. Yeah, it's rarer than that. It's trying to find a needle in a tiny needle in a big ass haystack. It's you're not going to do it every day.
Although there's plenty of there's plenty of games for sale on Facebook Marketplace. There's arcade auctions. There's
Mhm.
people who create kind of build new cabinets on the same form factor measurements to basically replace a cabinet that's just too far gone. Apply new or reproduce side art, and then you have the original boards. You put them in the monitor, control panel, and then you got as close as you can get to the original, but
Yeah.
the outside is all new, but the inside is the original.
Yeah. I mean, you
All
can
right.
make
Yeah.
a kit version of it. It's basically rebuilding it, and you can find rebuilt ones cheaper than you can find the original ones.
Right. What's really sought after is the games that are not common, that may
Mm-hmm.
not have been produced in any great number. It's like, for example, and the one that everybody's giving me crap over, certainly Doc Mac, and for some reason I took down my daggum PowerPoint because now I gotta throw this back up here now, and I gotta rewind it back to the spot where it would show. Oh, where is it? There it is. Throw this on the screen. Present. Share. Window. Boom. Beezer. This darn
Mm.
So because I was roasted by Doc Mac over this game, thinking he does not have one of these because there's only, I guess, the number of existing Beezers you can count on one hand because it was originally a conversion kit for Galaxian and Pac-Man and basically Bally Midway cabinets. Like Galaga could also be converted.
Yeah.
Doc Mac's giving me crap over this, so I'm going to talk about Beezer at least once every week on my podcast until it makes an appearance on the Galpin Ghost Arcade floor. But winners and losers in North Carolina, the Airbnb, which is going to be doing a taping of Arcade Monsters in early December. That is the homage to the old Starcade game show hosted by the late Jeff Edwards, one of the best known game show hosts back in the day. They got Beezer. Will it show up in the cup? Will it show up on an episode of Arcade Animals? We'll see. But any rare game that nobody's heard of, nobody remembers, those are being
Hard to
sought
find.
after like mad. Because unique games,
Like
hard to find.
Donkey Kong really didn't. 64 didn't really come when it first came out. It wasn't really that popular. Now everybody looks for it. 007, everybody looks for it. Mario, everyone looks for it. Doom, Temple. What's the Temple something? Not Temple Run. It's the old Temple game. It's not Doom. Sarah Croft. Is that
No.
Doom?
Turok?
Yeah, probably. It's stuff that people are looking for but cannot find because
If you hit the gaming conventions, you might try
a
go to enough
rarity.
of the big gaming conventions, you might run across one
Yeah,
eventually. I know there's one that
but
I go to every year. What is the biggest game con down in Florida?
that would be There is a couple. There's one in Tampa. And I believe there's one in Orlando. That's Comic Con, and that's one of our bigger cons.
Oh, I forgot. Southeast or Southern Fried Gaming Expo. I think that's in Georgia.
Yeah.
Have you been to that one?
No, I haven't been to that one.
Okay. I know that was one
From
of the big
my
ones.
house to Georgia, that's 7 hours.
Really?
Just to get.
How far south are you of
Oh,
Orlando?
I'm 30 minutes from Orlando in Tampa, both ways.
Okay, so you're in between Tampa and Orlando. Okay. But it's
Yeah.
7 hours to go straight north into Georgia?
Mm-hmm.
How many miles?
I don't know how many miles. It also depends on traffic. Traffic here in Florida is ridiculous.
Yeah, because I imagine because,
Hey,
if
it's
the way
Florida.
what I've
Welcome.
heard lately, you might Florida may be getting a ton of new neighbors from New York very shortly. Oh, it's
Yeah.
middle of state. I did not realize that. It's further south than I thought. I thought
Yeah.
Orlando was further north than it was, but no, that's Jacksonville.
Uh, Jacksonville, St. Augustine, Daytona, and you keep going down. Tampa or Orlando, where I live, Tampa, Miami.
Okay. So I have to ask you about so I have been down to Florida once, and for the 1991 Nintendo Campus Challenge Finals, held at Disney World in Orlando. Um,
Hmm.
you live down there. It's undergone a number of changes over the years. There is no Pleasure Island. There certainly was the controversy over at Universal Studios over the retirement of Muppet 3D and replacing it with something else. I certainly want to go back to that park because of Super Mario World, and rumor has it they're going to do a Zelda one too. I don't know if that's going to happen. Legend of Zelda, which is the other giant Nintendo property
Yeah.
or IP, but you know, you go down to these parks
Um,
all the time. What's your thoughts on, or how's the evolution of the Disney and or Universal?
it's it's come a long way. Disney is opening to new rides and new ideas. Universal is the same. The thing is, they Disney just closed Top Tour Island. It's going to be Cars, so we're
Mm-hmm.
told. Then the Muppet ride at Hollywood is closed. Is it
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood or MG or yeah? I think it's Hollywood.
Hollywood
Muppets
or
is closed.
MGM?
Yeah, MGM is Hollywood
Okay.
now, but we still call it Hollywood because that's what it was back in the day. MGM Hollywood.
Okay.
Um, but they're trying to keep stuff relevant.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem with both parks. Like Universal just did away with Jaws a few years ago, and it's another ride.
Mm.
They're redoing the Fast and Furious ride. They just added more stuff to the Hogwarts stuff is
Yeah.
got its own 3, 4 rides now.
Mm-hmm.
They took out the monster show. They took away a lot of things that made Universal Terminator. I love the Terminator ride. Um,
They still have
it's
Megatron and
evolving.
Optimus Prime. The Transformers.
Yep, Transformers. The rides there at Universal. It's just it's changing. It's evolving.
Yeah.
That's what these parks are trying to do. Um, the saddest day was when they got rid of Disney Quest. Shame on y'all. Um, it's I don't know what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be something else now. That was the
Okay.
coolest place to go play arcade games. Yeah, Nickelodeon Studios. That's where they filmed Legends of the Hidden Temple. All that. Or
Double Dare.
Double Dare. Figure it out. Figure it out WoW style. Um, Keenan and Kel. I think they did some stuff for the Amanda show there. A
Nick
lot of these
Arcade.
90s. Yep.
Phil Moore, the
A
host
lot
of
of
that game show, who I've met.
a lot of these things for Universal went away in the early 2000s. Um, it's now Blue Man Group.
They've been around
Um,
forever.
it's like I said, they're evolving to get more people to the state, and we've seen an ingrowth of communities and housing, and it's every time we turn around, especially where I'm at, we got a new complex or something coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but they keep stuff fresh. That's what I like about these theme parks. They keep stuff fresh. You will never see the same thing.
Have you been to Super Mario World yet? At Universal.
No, I have not. I have friends that are like, "You need to go. Let's go." And I'm just like, "With what money? I get paid once a month. I gotta
I
pay
would like to
bills."
go because I'm that former Nintendo or the 91 Nintendo Campus Challenge champ. I should go there at least once, stand there, hold my trading cards up. I'm not going to take the trophy because, the trophy does not leave the house. It's glass. I don't want it broke. But I should show up there wearing.
It's the cool thing about the new Universal Park is it's Donkey Kong, Mario. They opened a theme just for the Universal monsters. It
Right,
has its own part of the park. It's got its own Harry Potter part of the park.
right,
It's and you will never be bored because you go left, you go right, you go here, you go there. And when they open more parts of the park up, you'll have more options of where to
right,
go.
right. All right. You used to participate in tournaments. You don't now. Did you capture any championships of any sort?
No, not really. I usually keep like fifth or second, or I don't. I didn't do a lot of tournaments, but I did tournaments. Um, came a close a couple of times. I haven't won really any big titles.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was on my top of my leaderboard several times for ranked in Cold War and Vanguard.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that's about it. My top achievements were the highest person on my rank list, or I guess the world. I don't know if I don't remember if it's the world list or what they have now, but
Right. We just had that esports conference that was last 3 days on Twitch. Your thoughts on esports in general? I mean, the esports scene now. I mean, it seems to be congregated to obviously the first person shooters that you play, fighting games, Mario Kart and Tetris. Classic arcade, classic gaming doesn't really get much attention. It's kind of it's a little more rare, but those four things I mentioned seem to be getting all the attention in the esports realm. What are your thoughts?
Esports is evolving. They started out, I can remember, with Call of Duty or PUBG. Not even before
Mhm.
Call of Duty, PUBG. PUBG was an esports staple for the longest time. It still is in some places. It just evolves with the times.
Mhm.
There's newer games like there's a Madden esports. There's baseball esports, Call of Duty, PUBG, Fortnite, Apex. That wall over there's got its own esports team. It esports for anything at this point. And it's crazy how much the business has grown over the year and how many people play esports competitively now. It's it's changed so much when I first started the stream and do tournaments and stuff. Like it's so cool to I think myself all the time is how cool is it to watch it evolve and keep growing and growing and growing into something so cool to get to watch.
Right.
And PUBG was I believe to be the fountain. Like well, that's what everybody, all the esports started was with PUBG
The battle royal.
and battle royal games and stuff like that. And it's kind of crazy to think how long ago that was.
I thought PUBG
Um,
was still a thing now. Is still going.
yeah, PUBG's still going. There's still bunch of people that play PUBG. I don't because I didn't like the guns. The guns for me. If I can't look down a dang scope and shoot somebody, then why am I playing this? Because too many years of Call of Duty. I'm so used to looking down at the scope and being able to find somebody. With PUBG's movement, it's a little bit different. With
Right.
Fortnite's a little bit different movement. All
Yeah.
these games have a different movement to them and different things.
Mhm.
But it's so cool to sit and watch this thing grow over the years. And now there's teams for every little nook and cranny of it. It's crazy.
There's something called a hero shooter. How familiar are you with those? Fortnite, I guess, was one of those.
Yeah. Eh. Um. Call
It's like hero shooter is its own thing. It's not really a war game, but it's kind of like a battle royal or a team battle royal. It's just not under
Yeah.
the war setting, and the cast of characters might be a little out there or flamboyant.
I don't know if I could call. Well, I guess you could call it a hero shooter. Big Fortnite a hero shooter because it's got different it's got the different feel to it than
Mhm.
than Warzone or any other game. It's got a different like you can pick a different character and there's like it's not just one it's celebrities, it's TV personalities. Um I just found out Fortnite went Simpsons.
Mhm.
Freaking, I got to play a little bit of it. I'm eager to get back to it, play more than Simpsons, because you run around Springfield. And I haven't done that since Road Rage, when Simpsons Road Rage was on Xbox. God, I am showing
This
my
was
age.
the other one I was thinking
Uh,
of. Doggone Border. What was it?
Borderlands?
Borderlands and Overwatch.
Yep. Because they have different characters. And it's not war themed, I guess.
Right. It's kind of more for all ages.
Yeah.
There was that one hero shooter that flopped only after that flopped so hard it only was online for 2 weeks. I don't know if you've heard of this one. Concord.
I probably heard something about it when early days of it. But there's so many first person battle royale games I can name off quickly because I'm looking. Nope, I'm looking at my screen, my PlayStation screen.
Mhm.
Off the grid. What was some of the other ones? Um,
I got a list on my screen here. Apex Legends. Here's another recent one. Marvel Rivals.
H1Z1. Yeah, Marvel Rivals.
Valorant.
H1Z1 Battle Royale. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many battle royale games out there now that's the market has exploded.
All right. So here's the other. So I think we got through most of it. Is there any gaming goals you would like to achieve that you haven't yet? I know you said you retired from competitive gaming, although I don't know how long that's going to last because,
It's not gonna last long.
you're
If we
never
know
going to
how long I have,
retire.
no, I'll
You're going
have
to
that
take a
switch.
sabbatical, but you ain't going to fully retire. I can tell you that much. You're too young.
Yeah, I have that little twitch. What are you doing? You can beat this dude. Come on now, you can do it. Let him out. Come, come on. One more. I keep telling myself, one more round, one more game.
Or there's a game that's just a new game comes out and you are so infatuated with it and marveling over it that you can't put it down. And then you get right on a team and then boom. Oh gosh, this is the one that's played all the time by Paul Tessie. Splatoon. Hear that
Splatoon, yep.
one?
Oh,
That's
that
getting
was
a lot of play.
original. Yeah. Fall Guy's another big one. It's
Yeah.
kind of a not a battle royale, but it's got you got to do different tasks to get
Yeah.
to the next level. But my achievements, I want to make $1,000. Oh no. Um,
I've already cleared that.
make a
I
$1 billion.
I will say this. I won a car. I tell you what I won at 1992 Geostorm GSI was what I won down in
No,
Florida.
no.
Yes. So I still have the car. Believe it or not. Um, it's had to undergo repairs certainly, but I had to get a new battery for it. But it still runs. I need to get it out of the garage before it. Geez, I do need to drive it because I haven't for a bit. Obviously, I won title belts, cash, a Sega Genesis. So there are prizes to be had. You just gotta find them.
Yeah.
I forgot about the other gaming competition, pinball. How good of a pinball player are you, or have you played it?
It's been years. I used to play the Terminator 1 and the old there was this game that I kid you not, guys. If you go and look it up, I don't remember the name of it. It used to have a spaceship on it, and it was on the PC. I used to love playing that game, that pinball game, and I don't think
There's
it's around
several
anymore.
space pinball themed games. Several of
It's
them.
a purple. It's purple and black that I remember. Space something,
Hmm.
and I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, it's gonna take me a while to figure it out myself.
It was
Unless it's
early
Galactic Tank
2000.
Force?
Galactic, it might be.
Tank Force, which is rather recent.
No, it was on old PCs. Old
Oh,
school.
okay. So it was a simulated game. It's not an actual pinball machine. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, could be anything. Space Cadet for Windows. It's the only thing I can think
it
of.
was a Windows. I believe it was a Windows game, but I don't remember what
It
year
was
it
a
was.
pack-in. Yes, it was a pack-in. I can pop it up on the
And it
screen in a
came
minute.
downloaded on the system. When you opened it up, turned it on,
Space
that was the
Cadets.
first. Yeah, it might have been Space Cadets. It's been years.
Oh, here it
But
is.
that's how long I used to play pinball. Because
Hang
I
on.
remember going to an arcade and actually playing pinball, but I wasn't
This was
very good.
virtual. So share screen. That one there. Boom.
Yes, that's it. Oh my god, it's in that
I think you
gaming.
can still download it for Microsoft. But yeah. Anyway,
Oh my god,
yes.
I haven't seen that game in years. I
I
used to
think
do
you
like
can
three,
still
four
download
balls
it
at a
somewhere.
time.
I think you can still download it.
I'm gonna
But,
have to look for it.
okay. All right. So the gaming topics we've gone through. The other thing you wanted to talk about tonight, because you are quite the wrestling fan, I'm told.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about, well, what you want to cover in the pro wrestling scene, because I used to be, well, I'm still involved in it. Not that I want to be, but oh gosh, I didn't even tell me about. I didn't even mention the last weekend's all day Saturday. I was involved with all the setup, tear down, and having to deal with issues during the course of the evening. And then it was like Sunday was an all day affair of recovery, but I had to deal with an independent wrestling show all day last Saturday. But oh, kind of just lead off on what you want to talk about in the wrestling stuff. Then I'll kind of follow.
Actually, we still have a couple of independent wrestling organizations here where I'm at.
Hmm.
Um, but our main, because I live so close to NXT and the well, what used to be TNA
Hmm.
when they used to be at Universal,
Yeah.
but I saw you're a fan of wrestling. What was your favorite wrestler in the 90s?
Oh
Like
gosh.
Attitude Era?
Well, Attitude Era. So when I started, it was pretty much the beginning of Saturday night's main event back in '85. Um, jeez, Mr.
Which they
T
just brought
came to
back.
Mr. T came to Springfield a couple weeks ago. I think got
Still around? Holy crap.
yes, Mr. T is still around. He's still alive. He came to Springfield a couple weeks ago. I
Does he
didn't know
still
he's
play a
coming, but yes, he came to Springfield. He was, I guess, honored under some. I have to look it up what he was honored for, but he came to Springfield. He tag teamed with Hulk Hogan the very first WrestleMania against Roddy Piper and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
Yep.
Bob Orton, who lives in St. Louis, was the corner man for Piper and Orndorff. But
Bob Orton, Cowboy Bob Orton.
yes, he's still around.
That's Randy Orton's father. He has a son that wrestles. Randy Orton is Bob's son.
Yes.
You'll see him time to time when he comes. He'll come he'll make an appearance now,
Mhm.
but not like he used to.
Right.
That's
But
a lot of legends now.
My era of wrestling consisted of obviously Hogan, Junkyard Dog, Tito Santana, gosh,
What American
British
Dream,
Bulldog.
baby.
Yes, Flair. Although I wasn't watching WCW because we didn't have TBS on my cable system. We had USA Network, but yeah, we had over in the NWA. I was able to watch AWA. So we had Nick Bockwinkel, the Ganyas. Oh gosh, who else?
You're missing two important brothers.
Two important brothers. Oh my gosh. Well, the Poffos, Randy Savage and Lanny Poffo. Who are the brother teams in the? Well, the Steiners was a '90s team. Who else? The Road Warriors, Demolition, Powers of Pain. Oh,
Here's the hint. They used to be producers for the WWF.
Oh God, the Youngbloods? Can't be. Well, Jay was, but he wasn't held in high regard, at least by Lanny Poffo.
The Briscoes.
Oh, the Briscoe. That been the NWA. Oh, I guess Gerald. I remember Jack Briscoe being involved in WWF, but who knows? And the modern day Briscoes, for Ring of Honor, which is kind of more recent, although one of the brothers got killed in a car crash. Yeah, he was the only one who died in that accident. His wife and kids. No, his wife was not. His kids were hurt, but they recovered. Somebody else was in the car. I don't remember who. But God. Anyway, Hercules. Well, it's like Paul Roma, the Young Stones were a team, although they didn't seem to gel as well as we thought they did back in the day. God. Barry Horowitz, the lovable loser. Steve Lombardi, the Brooklyn Brawler. Who else?
The Animal Steel. Wasn't he one of the original?
George the Animal Steel, Fabulous Moolah, Wendy Richter. Oh boy. There's a lot of names. The Midnight Express. There's a lot of names. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Yeah, you're holding the thumbs up. Although it's just one that he throws in the air.
He's got the 2x4 in the other hand.
Yes, I've met Duggan. God. Who else? Who else do you remember? So many names, and so many of them in my child. Yeah, so many names that of my childhood have passed away. Bushwhacker Luke, he's still even. It's hard to believe, but he's still going. So he's gotten I think he's gotten into the 8-decade club, which I think he's the only member, or 7 or 8. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. He was just in town just this, I think it was this year or last year, and he was wrestling. Man will still go. How? I don't know.
I don't know
Him and
why
Ric
he's still
Flair, man.
going.
Him and Ric
Bushwhacker
Flair.
Butch has passed away.
Yeah.
Oh God. I know both Road Warriors have passed away. Paul Ellering is still around.
Um,
Yeah, there's so many.
not the brisket.
And there's
Yeah, there's
local
another
names
two.
I know that passed away that I see start and then, or see the beginning of the career and go all the way, make it to the big, I guess, finish their career and then, or something happens and they pass away. The name that comes to mind in my neck of the woods would be the Mississippi Madman, who was a 400-pounder. The first early on in his career, he could do a moonsault off the top. 400-pounder doing that, which is you don't want to be the person taking the move. Now you stop doing it later, but because it's kind of harder. It's hard for a man that big to be doing a move like that, but kind of like the Big Van Vader. Oh, Big Van Vader's another name who was doing the Vader salt.
Yep.
There are people that I know locally that did get to WWE. Mustafa Ali, who was a figure in the Midwest, he made it. He got to WWE. I think he wrestles for TNA now. TNA or AEW,
Mustafa
one or the
Ali.
other.
Mustafa Ali?
Yeah. He's from
He's not the
Chicago.
one with New Jack. Okay, I'm thinking the one with New Jack. Mustafa
No,
Ali.
no.
Okay.
That would be Mustafa Saeed.
Okay.
Mustafa Ali is a Chicagoan, and he wrestled in the Midwest, Central Illinois, and he got signed in 2015. There's been a few others that have gone down there. Jordan Grace, who actually is from Texas, came up to the Midwest, but she got signed.
Beautiful. She is beautiful.
Well, she started at 14. And she got herself in a pickle early because she's kind of young and naive, and then like it was offering free promo pics, and then there's way too many people that she got herself too many requesters, and she couldn't cover the purchase of getting all those promo pics, and plus she came into our neck of the woods in the middle of the blizzard and it's like, welcome to the Midwest, Jordan.
It's cold here.
Yeah. God, jeez. She's muscular now, but she was muscular back then as a teenager. I know this because I got to meet her, and so back then, but I didn't get to see too many of her matches when she was in the area. She's never wrestled on the same shows that I attended a lot of times.
Can I run to the bathroom real quick?
Yeah, I'm gonna full
Okay.
screen this for a minute. All right, I'm gonna review. All right, he's taking a break, so let me say, yeah, it's 10 o'clock. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna give him some time. The one thing that I didn't cover that I was gonna cover, yes, I was involved in had to deal with a wrestling show last Saturday, and we had the Big Blue Cage was unveiled. That was the thing that I wrote down to Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, in a one-day drive down and drive back as a passenger. to go down to Monster Rings and Cages to get this thing and bring it back to Springfield, Illinois. So the cage did get unveiled, and the show was well attended. I was happy with that. Been the most highest attendance that my local promotion in town has gotten in quite some time in the last few years. Oh, I didn't know how well I was going to do. Certainly, good grief. Federation Sprawl of late has been ridiculous. Another new fed's coming into the air down in my neck of the woods too that hadn't come down here before, and it's like, how many different feds are going to be in one small area? Central Illinois, especially. Are there enough fans to go around to sustain all of them? Yeah, it's kind of rough to for all these feds to be here. So, because somebody's going to lose their tail on, because there's not enough fans to go around, I don't think, and there's all these competing shows, but last weekend's Art of War did do great numbers, so I'm pleased that people came out to watch the event, and there'll be another event December 13th in Springfield. Twas the fight before Christmas. I will mention, it looks like he's back. There has been a lot of, the gaming scene has been invaded by the wrestling scene quite a bit lately. I'll see if he's ready. I'll send him a note. So I've made note of wrestling has been invading the game cons. Obviously, the Headless Horseman Arcade last weekend had a wrestling show on the arcade floor. Some other arcade owners may be getting involved in the wrestling business fairly soon. Somewhere in the country, there's certainly a number of places throughout the country. Kind of got the wrestling itch. Oh gosh, Tokens and Taverns even had a little bit of that in the documentary. Did I get him on the screen? Here we go.
Okay.
There we go. You're back.
So it's funny you bring up Jordan Grace, because she helped TNA. Without her and a few others, TNA wouldn't have made it. Because it's coming off of, because TNA lost TNA when Jeff Jarrett left. I'm gonna be honest with you. When Jeff left,
yeah, he's up in my neck of the woods too. He owns the Springfield Lucky Horseshoes, or is part owner in Springfield.
If but when he left, we had people like AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Sting, Suicide.
Hogan was there too.
Well, yeah, when him and Bischoff, but that was after Jeff left. But after the Hogan and Bischoff left too, TNA really didn't have a voice like it used to. So with her and a few others, I think what helped TNA become TNA again. They're trying to rebrand as in the old TNA that we all used to love. No, they're not bringing back the six-sided ring.
Right.
I wish they would, but they're not.
But it was a way for them to stand out in their early years. I know a company up the road. Gosh, we have Destination 6 in Macomb. They have a six-sided ring. So their whole fed is, they basically named their company after the six-sided ring.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's something. A triangular
AAA.
ring was a thing for boxing in some places. So it's like when I went down the
Yeah.
monster ring in cages, I asked them about a so-called triangular ring, which are like, I don't know how you would. How much room is actually in one
You
of
would have to
those?
tag. You would have to like run, watch the thing get to go be like, okay. But that had to be a B for some tag teaming.
It's a Triforce ring or something. That's like, I don't know how big they have to be to actually be usable, but I don't know. What do I know?
It's funny. It's
Uh,
funny that a lot of people don't remember the six-sided ring,
oh, I
that
do.
TNA, and
Only
it
because there's a
sucked.
few of them around these neck of the woods, but you know.
And they didn't tell you. A lot of the wrestlers hated it. Why? Because you took a bump on that thing, it hurt. I had to take bumps on it. It sucks.
You took bumps? Did you train to wrestle at one point?
No, okay, here's a little backstory. So we had a wrestling, or we didn't have it. My mom used to be a valet in this wrestling group that was at a flea market. Well, I used to go watch them train. I used to get in the ring, run, and do bumps and do crazy stuff off the top rope. 'Cause I'm a young kid. If I break
Yeah.
something, oh well. But fast forward is her daughter bought started a new company, and they had a six sided ring.
Yeah.
I decided, what could go wrong? I should go take a bump in it just to see how it feels.
Right in the center or somewhere else?
Right in the center. My back. Probably why I have back problems. It's gonna think of it's probably why I have back problems.
Well,
But
wait a minute here. So a ring would have boards, there would be padding, and then the canvas on top. Was
eh,
any of that missing? Or was it just
no, it's
stiff?
it's it's in some parts of the six-sided ring, it's different than the other because there is wood and there's very little padding.
Okay. 'Cause typically it'd
Because
be about
some
an inch
ring,
of padding.
yeah, sometimes, but most it's not like a regular ring where there's
Yeah.
a spring in the middle or something in the middle to help support the ring.
Right. Should
And
be
the six-sided ring,
hydraulics, yeah.
yeah, the six-sided rings, there's not many people that have that. So when you hit a bump or something, it hurts and it hurts bad.
Okay. Well, the squared circle, I've hurt myself doing something stupid. I didn't wasn't really for bumping. I've climbed down off of a ring and got my foot tangled into the apron and then had to make a decision because I was not going to either catch myself or hit the floor. I chose to hit the floor because I twisted my knee, but it could have been worse if I didn't go for the floor instead of try to catch myself. Ah, the worst. I've hurt my shin bad when they had the crash pad on the outside of the ring, and I just decided, oh, it's gonna jump through the ropes for the crash pad. Well, I didn't jump. Angle contacted the edge of the ring, and oh,
Oof.
it hurt so bad. If you touch the hairs, you felt it. I had to go to urgent care, get on 800 milligrams ibuprofen. It was like 2 days before big show, and I was running ringside with the camera. Well, I still did it, but doggone that leg, the shin down to the ankle was bruised.
Because if they tell you if there's a pad, there is a pad. Most rings in most places there is a pad. It's not very thick, but you can take a bump on it and not be kind of okay.
Yeah.
But there's some places that when you go take a bump on hard concrete, it
Yeah.
sucks and it hurts.
Yeah. You're supposed to if you take a bump on concrete, your feet are supposed to hit the floor to kind of reduce the impact.
But
Ideally.
that don't always work out. Yeah.
No, and if you go diving off the top rope and your opponent doesn't catch you or you miss, you can go splat on the concrete floor and be unconscious for the weekend, which I've witnessed in person, and it was the worst injury that I've ever witnessed live. And I knew the person, and I interviewed him after he made his return to the very same venue where he had his injury. And the question I asked him is, what do you remember from this? What are your emotions coming back to the place where you had your accident? Do you remember anything? He only remembered coming to the venue that day. I had to show him the footage I filmed of his uh, bad bump. And yeah, he shook his head.
Sammy Callahan. Sammy Callahan is another person that was in TNA that I think if they weren't around, TNA would have went out a long time ago.
Although
They
he's
had good
infamously,
stars.
he is kind of infamous in the Midwest in the hardcore scene. IWA Mid South,
Mm-hmm.
he make a number of appearances for that organization back in the day, but I guess TNA was like the highest profile company he went to, I think. But he was a Midwesterner for a long time.
TNA really, after Hulk and Bischoff left, there really wasn't a voice.
Hmm.
They were still doing shows. They were still their stuff was okay. I
Yeah,
mean, if you're a hardcore TNA fan, you're still gonna watch it. Just like
yeah.
there's hardcore ECW fans, hardcore WCW fans,
There's a
hardcore
Pluto TV
WWF.
channel dedicated to TNA.
Yep, yeah, on Pluto.
Yes.
Um, I know 'cause I sit there and watch it on Pluto. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't have the patience to watch on TV anymore. I'm sorry. I have to be there in person. I haven't
Yeah,
I haven't been able to watch wrestling. I haven't been able to watch much on television to begin right now. Anyway, I don't have patience. I don't. I'm trying to watch
it's
matches from last weekend that we had because I was running around so much I couldn't pay full attention to the match happening in the ring. I watched some of it, but it's kind of hard to get going on watching the videos.
like if okay. Question:
Yes,
do you think TNA would have done something with the WWE
well they're doing it
sooner than
now.
later? Yeah, they're doing it now, but I'm talking about back in the 2000s, getting away when they became the WWE and stuff like that,
I
and
don't think
TNA
it
was
would have
coming in.
happened. It wouldn't have happened under the Jarretts. It would not have happened under the Carters. Um, I don't know who I don't know who owns TNA now. It's certainly not the Carters. I don't believe.
Mm-mm.
I don't even know who owns it these days. because all the attention is on. I think AEW just kind of took all the attention away from TNA to begin with, so TNA just kind of had to find, I guess, build its own
Their own
identity.
little, yeah, back up again. But the problem is when AEW started, and I will be honest with you guys, I thought it was going to turn into WCW. High paid names,
Yeah.
and it's going to go good, then crap's going to hit the ceiling. And
Well,
it
crap's
hasn't
hitting
done
the
that
ceiling
yet.
because of all the bizarre stuff they're doing, but I think Game Changer
Yeah.
Wrestling kind of did that on steroids. Personally,
But I thought it was going to be like WCW. It was going to do really well, then just go its own way. And it hasn't done that. And they've had a good program.
yeah.
Just like NXT. When NXT was doing whatever rebranded, wasn't doing that good.
Although doggone,
Uh,
I did see something. AEW had women's blood and guts, which I'm
yeah.
not a fan of. I don't care to see women bleed. I don't. Yeah, they had a cage match and everything.
That was with Tony Storm, wasn't it?
Tony Storm, Mina, Shakira Wara, Willow Nightingale, Harley Cameron, who I don't know, Mercedes Mahone, which was the former Sasha Banks, Megan Bain, Marina Schaefer. I believe that's formerly a name that is under another name. Triangle of Madness. I can't pronounce this. Starts with a T. And then there's Julia Hart and Sky Blue, who I did see locally once.
Did you see who's running AEW now?
It's still not Tony. It's not Tony Khan.
Oh no, it's Tony Khan, but running day-to-day operations, I believe, within the shows.
Who would that be?
The fallen angel, Christopher Daniels, a
Didn't know
TNA
that.
original.
Didn't know that. I have met Christopher Daniels. Good grief. Yeah,
Um,
I mean, they did this
I
all
was,
women show where women were bleeding and getting hurt, and then God, slicing and
yeah,
dicing themselves. Like, why are you putting yourself through? Why are you
I,
subjecting yourself to this? It's like, what are you
I
trying to
want to be
prove?
honest. I don't know if they're just trying to stay relevant right now, but they have good storylines and they
Yeah,
have good matches. They have a good group of people there that I think will grow
yeah,
within AEW.
right.
And Samoa Joe just came back,
Yes,
who is a TNA original.
yes.
And it's funny, I would have never thought the Monster Abyss would be a person higher, well, not the higher ups, but help do the matches in the WWE. I would have never thought that.
He's retired now. He did retire.
Yeah, he's retired. Yeah, he did
Yes,
retire.
fairly recently.
Um,
Rhino's
couple
still
years
around. I know
ago.
that. He was.
God, Sandman is still around.
Yeah,
We lost one of the legends, the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal Sabu. May he rest in peace.
yes.
Uh, what was his name? The franchise, St. Douglas.
Shane
He's still
Douglas.
around.
Yep. Rob Van Dam is still around. Shoot.
Uh, some of these wrestlers, I'm just like, how are y'all doing it at this point? Like, how do y'all? Team 3D just had a fantastic match with the Hardys on TNA at their one of their newer just recently one of their pay-per-views had a freaking amazing match with the Hardys, and it's crazy to think all those years ago seeing the Hardys, Christian and Christian and Edge and Team 3D at WrestleMania tear the house down just to do it one more time for just Team 3D and
Yeah,
Jeff
it was
and
their send
Matt.
off. They're retired
Yeah,
finally.
I
Bubba Ray
mean
Dudley's still
it just
doing his show on XM,
yeah.
Sirius XM. Gosh, I forgot Wrestling Nation or whatever channel it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He has a very successful podcast over there.
yeah. All right. Um, so we're coming up upon a major name about to hang it up, and he won a championship. Uh, gosh, earlier this week. John Cena won the Intercontinental title to become the latest Grand Slammer. He's, I guess, never held the Intercontinental title. He's held the World title,
Never.
tag
U.S.
title,
Idol.
but not the IC. So now he has that. But his final match is going to be December 13th, which happens to be the same day as the wrestling show that I have to deal with. But it's probably not going to happen until like 9 o'clock or 9 or, jeez. 9 o'clock Central Time, which our show may be
I'm
done by
calling it
then.
now. I think that will be a main event. That should be a main event.
Well, of course it's going to be the
John
main event.
deserves,
But
John
who's going to
deserves
face
it to
him
be
is
a
the
main
question. Because they're holding a tournament for who is
event.
Cena's final
Yes,
opponent.
I saw some of that. And I could see Brock giving it another chance. I could see some people from his past giving it a chance.
Well, he already had his match with Brock, didn't he?
Yeah, he did have a match with Brock. He lost.
I
But
don't think there's
the
going to be
way hold
Hmm?
on. Here how it could play out. Cena, Brock. Brock loses to Cena, gives Cena a send off like crazy. Brock comes back. Well, I don't know because I don't know. Brock's under contract still.
Brock is not in the tournament. So, well, first round, John Cena tournament bracket. Rusev defeated Damian Priest. Sheamus defeated Shinsuke Nakamura. Jey Uso defeated The Miz. LA Knight defeated Zack Ryder. Matt Cordova. Javon Evans, I don't know who that is, defeated Gunther. Silo Sikoa versus surprise opponent, and I don't know if that match has happened yet. I guess that could be Brock,
No, that
but I
has.
doubt it. Finn
I
Balor
mean, there's.
versus Penta, and then Carmelo Hayes versus Bronson Reed. Advancing has been Rusev, Sheamus, Uso, LA Knight.
Okay, now here's the thing. Who are some when you think about some of Cena's greatest matches that he's ever did, who comes to mind? Who did he face? Some of his greatest matches.
Oh, God. Oh, wait a minute. Coco Beware? Coco Beware's retired. Obviously, the British Bulldogs, both of them are deceased. I'm sorry. I don't think Harry Smith is going to be the one anyway. Coco Beware, yeah, he's retired.
That's funny though.
And that's another early 90s star, although he
Yeah.
was a big deal in Memphis, Tennessee, back in the day.
Yep. Jerry the King Lawler. When Jerry Lawler's wrestling. Okay, but still, who do
Surprise
you think
opponent,
is
I
on
would
the
say
big?
maybe, who knows? I don't think it's, yeah. I would rule out The
I
Rock
mean,
and Undertaker because they're both retired. Well, maybe not The Rock, but what? What do you mean? We're
you're onto
talking
something
about
there.
who might be John Cena's final opponent in a couple
Hold
weeks.
on. Hold on. Think about it though. Here's another scenario. Rock did this to turn Cena heel. He did the thumb thing to turn Cena heel when he got the title back. We haven't seen Rock since then.
Okay.
Who
Well,
would be
another
the
could. I doubt this will happen. Kurt Angle, but he's retired.
no? Kurt's done.
Kirk's done.
Kurt hurt his Kurt's done. He hurt his neck and his back too much, and I don't blame him for getting back in the ring.
Well, he needed to get out of the ring, but he just didn't want to stop. And
JBL,
JPL,
JBL would. I don't see him getting back in the ring
I
to do
wouldn't
it.
want him to be Cena's final opponent. I don't want it. No.
But hold on, you're on the nose though. But what if The Rock came back to face Cena for his final match?
Well, he's got to get. Well, he's gonna have to be the surprise opponent for Solo. Period. Because this is a tournament to determine the final opponent. Whoever the tournament winner is going to. Well, yeah, Steve Austin would be nice. I haven't brought his name up yet. He was the leader of the Attitude Era, obviously. Steve Austin, I mean, his final match was against Kevin Steen,
Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens, but Kevin Steen, formerly known.
Yeah, Kevin Steen.
Kevin Steen in this maybe would be a surprise opponent. I mean, he had the final match against Austin, but
Hold
Austin
on. Now,
might be a surprise to come back. Well, you know.
what if Kevin Owens comes back, but he comes back now as a heel? Well, I wouldn't do a babyface on babyface. You can't really do that. But
Owens
you'd
is
have to
more
come
of the
back as a
heel
bigger
guy.
heel.
Plays the heel
Yeah.
better than the babyface role.
I'm saying,
period.
Or what's his name have to face? It could be Kevin Owens. There is a good chance of being Kevin Owens.
As the surprise opponent. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But who do you think it's going to be yet? Who's going to be the one at the end of this? Out of the names that they have in this tournament bracket.
Sheamus would be a good ringer, to be honest. He wasn't. He haven't seen
They're talking about Triple H coming back for one more match. The heart condition that he had. No, I don't recommend that. The heart condition that he had that caused him to retire. It's probably a very bad idea for him to lace up the boots one more time because he's got a hereditary condition that it would be extremely risky for him to get in the ring. I would not recommend it.
But he did say it. If he did come back, it would be him versus HBK
on that one
versus Shawn Michaels. It would be a Walker on a pole match. He did come back.
Shawn Michaels, another. Gosh, I forgot about the Midnight Rockers. That was another deal back then.
Yep.
In the AWA.
That's
Yeah,
where
Terry Martell, the
Dallas.
manager of Pretty Boy Doug Summers and Playboy Buddy Rose. That bloody
That's where
match,
Dallas
that
got
bloody
his
tag
start,
match
right?
in AWA. But no, I don't.
What
Shawn Michaels is not going to come back for one more match.
wasn't that where Dallas Diamond Page came from? Was AWA? He wasn't a
Yes,
wrestler. He
and
was
then went
a
over to WCW.
manager. Yep.
The Freebirds as Cena's final opponent? No. Michael Hayes, I believe, is
That
retired, and he's the
Michael
only
PFA. Yep.
surviving Freebird. I mean, his kid,
That's left.
Miranda Gordy, and then Buddy Roberts Jr. I forgot his real name. The Freebird Freebird Legacy are active on the independents, but
Hold
no,
on.
Michael Hayes is not coming out of retirement.
Wouldn't it be funny if it was Gold Dust?
I don't see Dustin Rhodes coming being the
No, I don't either.
no. They would have done that much sooner, especially when they were having when Cena was feuding with Cody over the world title. They would have done something in the midst of that feud.
Or
there.
Reigns.
Roman Reigns. That name has not come up. Yes,
I think it could be Reigns as well.
Well, that would be the more believable surprise opponent.
Reigns
or semi-active.
Reigns fits that profile though. Big match feel.
Yeah.
Oh,
Seth Rollins is Paul Orndorff is deceased. What are you talking about? I believe Seth. I don't know if Seth Rollins is healthy right now.
He's hurt.
He's hurt. He's out. Okay.
He's hurt.
So that one's out.
So what? Well,
yeah, that's another one from my neck of the woods that made it to the big time because he's out of the Quad Cities.
As we know of, he's out. But he's done that card before where he says, I'm hurt. I'm sorry. I'm wearing a boot. Then all of a sudden he catches in the Money in the Bank title and wins.
Yeah.
But we don't know. He does have might actually have a problem. And he actually might be out for a while.
Yeah.
But he does fit that bill as well.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, I really am thinking Reigns would be a shoo-in. We want to see Reigns and Cena one more time. Punk would be another good one. CM Punk and Cena had good matches as well.
He's the world champion right now. I don't know if it.
Yeah. Champion, but think about it. Champion versus champion.
Well, jeez. I don't know how they cue that up because I mean, yeah, Punk would have to be in the tournament and he's not.
George
Godhammer, why are you throwing out names that are deceased for the tournament? I don't get it. We're talking about John Cena's final match to conclude a career. I mean, come on, man.
What was with? I never did ask. What is with that tongue? He had the green stripe down the tongue.
He just colored it.
Turnbuckle. Yeah. That's
well,
what I thought
if you go into older footage,
be honest.
Before 1985, you find out that he wrestled as a heel and could talk and basically speak coherently. Sting, he's not signed to WWE, and I believe he retired.
Sting's retired.
Due to neck issues. He's not gonna.
Sting.
It'd be not. It'd be. We wanted Sting versus Undertaker, but that didn't happen either. They got a match in a house show. many years ago, when he was Mean Mark Callis back then. The match happened,
That was
but it was
early
not televised.
WCW.
What? Yeah, it's
I think that
WCW.
was early WCW.
Yeah, of course. All right, it's past 10:30. You're on Eastern time, so it's like 11:30 for you, but it's a Friday night, so you don't have to go to work tomorrow. Or
Nope. If
do
you want to
you?
keep going,
I
I
didn't
have.
intend to go. I mean, I didn't want to go a full blown 3 hours. I mean, I got to pack because I'm going to Galvin Ghost Arcade
Oh,
tomorrow morning. Um, oh gosh, Mankind will not come out of retirement either. He is so banged.
they
His
couldn't pay him
body is
enough.
such a mess.
Yeah,
He's hung it up, and
he's happily retired.
he does stand up comedy now, pretty much.
What? Hold on, really? I did not know that he's doing stand-up comedy.
Kind of something like that, something to that effect. Yes, they
Hmm.
kind
That
of
would
comedy
suit him,
shows,
though.
and there's been a few different wrestlers that are doing comedy acts
Yep.
or chatter of
Jerry
or
Lawler.
road stories of sorts.
Jerry Lawler is he. I think he runs his own company now again. I don't know what Jerry Lawler's doing.
I don't know why he's still wrestling even after that heart attack.
Yeah, that's
I
scary right there.
I don't know why he's still going, but I guess he doesn't.
I mean, that is serious.
I
He
know.
did, and it was live on air when
Yeah,
that happened.
yeah.
Um, yeah, that's scary to think about. That was like some of these wrestlers are so old. How they even still do it is it's crazy to think about it. And
They can't give it up.
the
It's a drug. They can't get it. They can't break the habit.
I understand that, but
I want
the
to get
Rock and
out
Roll
too, you
Express.
know, and I'm not a wrestler. Somebody's telling it's like my promoter in St. Louis, who kind of helped me with a crisis I had 2.5 years ago. That's why I stopped producing my own, stopped making Pro Wrestling Central only this week. He says I'm a lifer. I don't want to be a lifer. I want to kind of transition. I want to go
Jimmy
full
Hart's still
time
around, right?
gaming, and because I've done the wrestling stuff has kind of taken so much time. I was like, I'm not. There are conventions I want to go to that I've never been to. I want to kind of. There's a lot to harvest in the gaming scene and there's nothing for me to harvest in the wrestling scene. Nothing. There isn't anything. What happened to the mouth of?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I don't know
There you
what's
go.
up with StreamYard.
Mouth of the
It
South,
did
he's
blank out
oh
on
my
me
god.
earlier. Yeah.
I met him. He is a funny guy. I met him at a Charlie Daniels concert benefit, and he was there doing something with wrestling, and he full fashion Jimmy Hart carrying around his microphone, talking into it, going 90 miles an hour. Coolest guy you. Oh, I got a bunch of wrestling stories that we couldn't get to tonight.
There's the other thing. I did not want to go. So me starting this podcast, I didn't was last week on this show or 2 weeks ago, I expressed concern that I was going to be dragged back into doing wrestling content on my pod. It's like I did not want to do it, but obviously I did it for you tonight because you requested it. So I've had a wrestler
Sorry.
on my pod who is also a gamer who carries around the Midwest Gaming Classic Championship title belt. So he games and wrestles at the same convention. So, ow. Yeah. So wrestling is invading the gaming space, and
Yep.
it's going to continue. Hornswoggle brought his wrestling company to Midwest Gaming Classic this year. But
Hornswoggle? You
Hornswoggle.
talking about Fiddly's son. Fiddly's son.
Well, Dylan Summers, who was
Fiddly.
well, I don't know if it's his son, but he's from Wisconsin. He I believe he's promoter or co-owner of ACW Wisconsin. He brought
I did not know that. That's pretty
he
cool.
brought his brand of wrestling to Midwest Gaming Classic this year. Last year it was Frankie DeFalco's Bruce City Wrestling, but I only watched one match of what they had because it's like I was there. My focus was on tournaments, classic retro game tournaments, and it was like the convention's gotten so big. I was like, I've been trying to get Dan Lucen on my pod. He said he would do it, but I can't get a date locked down because I've been there. I have a 2021 con streak going with that convention, even during the COVID year where they had it 6 months apart. Anyway. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up. Any final comments? Maybe I'll have you back to just do a wrestling.
If you want to do a part 2, you know how to get a hold of me. I am always down to do a part 2.
You might want to send me a list of what you want to talk about in that because you said you had wrestling stories. Let me ask this before I get out of here. You said your mother's a valet. Was. When was this?
Early 2000.
What was her identity as a valet?
She Little Dead Woman or something. It was an independent show. It was
Little Dead Woman?
Yeah, the guy was called the Dead Man, and he dressed it up in white, popped out. Yeah.
Okay. Yep, he has final comments over here. Paul Bearer is deceased. We knew that years ago.
Yeah.
I think Guthammer needs to be brought up to speed on the current wrestling scene and who's still around and
Don't
who
worry.
isn't.
I will call him later and explain to him some of these.
Looks like he wants to do a podcast of sorts, or at least run one. What are you planning to create a podcast? Because I kind of got that from that Encounters interview, which kind of steered off into left field for some reason, into nonsense topics like what is the ugliest color? Like, what was that?
Me and Gut have something planned, but it's in the works.
Okay. That other interview you did a year ago, it's like, what the heck is he talking about? Ugliest color, and then front or back or front, and it's like, and then it's like nothing to do with gaming. It's just random questions he's just throwing at you. Like, what is this? And I just finally turned it off. Because I had it running at 1.5 speed to listen through it, and it's like, okay, this is not interesting me at all. What is this guy doing? Anyway. All right. I gotta throw this up here. This is your three FLRG. Gosh, I should put that up there. I'll put that in the chat. That way I can throw it on the screen.
Page.
What's the significance of 863? Just curious.
863 is my area code. That's where I grew up. That's part of Florida. I've lived in Florida for my whole life. And 863 is my area code, is where I live. I wanted to give some kind of love to where I live. So,
boy, what's with the connection tonight? Sorry about that. Go ahead, say that again.
So 863 is my home area code. That's where I
Okay.
lived for all my life, and it kind of shows some love to the city I grew up in.
Okay. Cool. Um, you're also on Twitch. Oh gosh, we got
No, on
spammer in
Rumble.
there.
I don't.
You're also on Twitch. You're also on Kick. You're also on the Rumble.
I
What is
stream
your
mainly
link?
on Rumble Monday. Do
Or
what?
what's your Rumble link?
Uh. Oh, okay. Hold on. He grab it for you.
Is it
I'll put it
863
in the.
FLRG or is it something else?
Hold on. I'm putting it up right now.
Okay.
My king.
Yeah, put it in the chat. I'll throw it up there.
It's just FLRG. If you go to Rumble and put in FLRG, you'll see the same logo. I
Okay.
stream Monday through the week. I try not to stream on the weekends, but usually I do anyways, because I'll have the Twitches, and I'll probably be having those later tonight if
That
I
didn't
don't start
work.
streaming soon. Um,
That's you said FLRG on
yeah.
that didn't work. Did I spell it right?
Go to the.
Go up here. Okay, I have to do a search.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, don't need that playing. Florida Rampage Gaming. See if it comes up.
Just put in FLRG. That's not me.
Okay.
Yep.
I
There
think
you go.
that's it. Okay. Why wasn't I guess I gotta put user in front of it. No wonder. No wonder it wasn't coming up. I have to do that. I have to do
But
that.
as soon as I get done with this podcast, I will be live on Rumble. Just give me a few minutes to get everything back to going. I have to shut down the whole studio and maybe go grab a snack because
Yep.
I haven't eaten dinner full dinner yet. So
Oh, jeez. Yeah, and I also need to use the bathroom, but you know. All right. Jay, I want to thank you for coming in tonight. I didn't know what to expect talking about because the first person shooter Call of Duty community is something different than what I typically dabble in the gaming scene, but it was an interesting chat and we got to cover two different realms. Anyway, I want to thank you, Craig, for coming on. I was expecting you to say something.
sorry, I was just letting you do your thing.
I was thanking you for coming on the podcast and talking gaming, first person shooters, the others, and your interest in
anytime.
the pro wrestling
This has
stuff.
been fun.
All right.
This has definitely been fun.
Will you ever come up to the Galloping Ghost Arcade in Chicago?
I'm not a flyer. I don't fly. I would have to get on a
Okay.
train.
Okay. That's fair enough. I don't like to fly either. And I had to fly to.
What goes up must come down. It's logic.
Yeah. All right. Well. All right. Well, I want to thank you for coming on, and that's Chicago. Well, Gunhammer can come because he's over in nearby Michigan, so maybe he can come
Yeah,
out
he's
to the
not far.
Galloping Ghost Arcade, the world's largest arcade in the country, 1,060 some odd games. Anyway, that's where I'm going tomorrow. Only 75 miles away. I wish I were. I had to commute 200 miles. Dang it. All right, Jay Pinkman, thank you for coming on and have a good night. And
You
have a
too,
good
guys.
stream.
Enjoy, guys. Enjoy your
All
weekend.
right. All right. That was Jay Pinkman. Before I get out of here, I got to show something else one more time. Got to show off the score. Score table. So the new house highs that occurred this week. Now I got to leaf all the way back. There we go. First, I am going to rate a channel, by the way, so stand by for that. New scores this week. Michael Smith took the house high at Varth Operation Thunderstorm as a shooting game. 1.4 million. Andrew Wasco took the game Kairos, which is what King Cam Blackman was streaming earlier tonight. 221,000. New world record on Blueprint by a gamer by the name of Feasel. This was achieved at Arcade 80s in Rochester, New York. 192,400. That is higher than the Arcade House high. So congratulations to him. Cosmic Avenger. This is a game that is not available to play on the Galaxy Ghost arcade floor. He achieved a score of 124,000. It's kind of like Scramble or Super Cobra, but this is Universal's answer to this game. I kind of thought the high score for this game would be a lot higher than this, but apparently this is good enough for the world record at 124,000. This was done not at an arcade, maybe at his home. He probably had his home, a copy of the game at his house, and he proceeded to achieve the new world record on that. Oh gosh, what is up with the stream? Samurai Fighter Shingun. James White got the score on that one. The Gamer of the Decade achieved that score earlier this week. And Beezer. And the rankings, same order. We're in mid-November, 3 months. First quarter is in the books. So it's still early in the 17th season of Galloping Ghost Arcade, and pretty much the same order on tokens. Mossy's may eclipse 8,000 very shortly, maybe during the weekend. So he's knocking on that door. I'm in 5th. I need to get some tokens. Bad. Anyway. And the Arcade Wars game of the month is New Zealand Story. And right now, One Up Arcade in Brisbane, Australia is in the lead. Galloping Ghost Arcade needs 2 other scores to qualify, and I'm going to be putting in a score on that this weekend. As for next week, I don't know who's going to be the guests. I have no idea. I've been asking around, but I haven't anybody commit as of yet, so we'll have to see. Or it could be a Let's Chat episode. I don't know. We'll see. That'll do it for this edition of the Crimeycade podcast. I will be rating the channel. Who am I going to be rating tonight? Let me add this to the stage. All right, let's see who's streaming right now. I'm not going to rate tonight. Alright. Yeah, I'll give it a rate. I guess I'm going to raid the Rutherford again. So he is playing Mortuary Assistant. Let's get spooked. Till next time, I am the Mexican Crime Fighter, and have a good night, everybody. And I'm going to wait for this to count down. 3, 2, 1.